everybody, and I want to welcome everyone to this episode of the Booze Geek. My name is Chuck. I am your host, and before I forget, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, and if you like the episode, hit that like button too. Give us a big thumbs up. We appreciate all the support. But on tap for you on this episode, we are going to be tasting and reviewing a seasonal beer from Shipyard Brewing, and they are located in Portland, Maine. So the beer we're tasting, this is Shipyard's. This is their Smashed Blueberry, and this is not to be confused with their Smashed Pumpkin, which was released usually around September, October, just in time for the fall harvest season. No, this is the Smashed Blueberry, or not to be confused with also the cereal Boo-Berry, which I'm not even sure if they make that anymore, but way back from my childhood, Smashed, the Boo-Berry cereal was great. But no, anyways, forget all that. Smashed Blueberry beer. So this beer, this is a blueberry-infused brew, and this beer clocks in at a pretty hefty 9% ABV, and it's got an IBU of 35, and it's made with 3 different types of hops, and those hops are Cascade, Summit, and last but not least, Tet Nang. So, without further ado, let's crack open the top on this puppy, and let's get the review started. Here we go. Boom, boom. 1, 2. And I didn't hit it hard enough, so not that it's going to explode. It shouldn't explode, but here we go anyways. Boom, boom. No smoke. No smoke out of the can at all. But let's give this brew a pour. Okay. Well, I got to admit, right off the bat, now, this on the can says this is a Smashed Blueberry Ale. Well, that's not looking like an ale to me. That is looking more like a porter. So, I don't know about that. However, I am getting some notes of blueberry from this distance. But yeah, Smashed Blueberry Ale. I got a Smashed Blueberry Porter in my glass. But yeah, so that's interesting. That for me personally, not even getting into the beer yet, that's a mislabeling job for me. But hey, to each his own. They can call it what they like. It's their beer. But for me personally, I think that's mislabeled. But I'm going to move on to step 2. Well, for a porter, it's got some nice color. It's dark. It's darker. It's not black. It's not a jet black. There are some dark ruby notes in it. And there is about just about a half finger of just off-white carbonation. It's not quite a khaki, but it's just like a murky-ish kind of white. I'll just say that. But either way, I'm going to give this a swirl. Let's give this a nose. And here we go. We're going to have some fun. And we got some blueberry. Imagine that. I figured I'd get some blueberry. Actually, I already had some notes of blueberry. It's very potent on the nose. But along with the blueberry, we also have some dark chocolate. We have a little bit of coffee. Yeah, a little bit of mocha too on that. But let's give this another swirl. But definitely, I mean, the blueberry takes the cake on the aroma, so we got that going. Balance so far is kind of nice, but yeah, the blueberry takes the cake, but the balance so far is nice. And I would say maybe maybe the blueberry chocolate coffee. But let's give this one more, and here we go. A sippity sip. Prost. Smashed blueberry away. Okay. Well. So, I gotta admit, the nose really pulled me in. However, on the flavor palette, I mean, the blueberry's there, but it's not, I mean, has nowhere near the amount of potency that's on, that's like on the nose there. But we are getting some of it's like a tart blueberry on the palate. It's just not that potent. I'm also getting some bitter chocolate, and there are some bitter coffee notes. Now, this beer drinks rather dry. It really, really does. It is not sweet at all. I mean, it is drinking really dry. But let me give this another sip here, because I think there's a few more flavors that I think I can pull out of this one. Yeah, so like I said, we have that tart blueberry. We got some bitter chocolate. We got some bitter coffee. There's also some mocha notes, but there's a little underlying at the very back end of wood smoke. Kind of like a wood smoke, or it's not so much wood ash. I would just say a little bit of wood smoke. And then there is a slight very slight bitterness that just kind of hit me now at the very, very back end. But I'm going to take another sip of this one. Sure, why not? It's open. Let's do this. Smashed blueberry. Boom, boom, boom. Smash those blueberries. Smashing them so hard, I got the glasses behind me rattling. But the moment of truth. Now, what am I going to rate this? Now, this is interesting because this is not a bad beer. I think the balance is a little off. I wish there was more blueberry notes on the flavor and on the palate, but there's not. But I said my biggest concern to me is that I honestly, I mean, this is, in my opinion, like I said, I'm not knocking the brewery. I'm just saying, for me, this is really mislabeled. I was thinking it was going to pour like an ale. It was going to be like a fruit ale. This is a fruit porter. And the fact that it has ale on the can, well, if this was being judged in a competition and this was under the ale category, this wouldn't be scoring too well because it's not an ale, it's a porter. So for me, that's going to hurt a little bit of the rating. But overall, I mean, I'm going to give this a 6.5. Okay, so I would have given it a little higher, but I'm going to stick with the 6.5. And the biggest drawback for me is the labeling on the can because I really was not expecting this. Now, I think the balance on the nose is pretty good. It's pretty tight. On the palate, not so much. I do wish it had just a little bit more blueberry coming through. Yeah, just to kind of balance out that bitter chocolate and that bitter coffee. And it does. And I was not really expecting it to drink this dry either. But I'm going to give this one more sip. And yeah, I'm going to stick with the 6.5 for the Smashed Blueberry. But I do suggest that everyone, you know, go out and check out my review of the Smashed Pumpkin because that's a really good beer as well. That one's great. But yeah, check out that review. And on that note, I'm going to wrap this up and I'm going to thank everyone for tuning into this episode. And as always, you can follow me at the website, www.pubshaveapinting.com, or at the blog, www.pubshaveapinting.blogspot.com. And we will see you all in the next episode. So as always, raise a pint, cheers, prost, and enjoy.